Just days after he received office, one of the first things Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull announced to the Australian people was his focus on domestic violence. The PM called on all Australians to make a cultural shift and stop disrespecting women, declaring that gender inequality lies at the heart of domestic violence.
We, as leaders, as a government, must make it, and we will make it, a clear national objective of ours to ensure that Australia is more respecting of women. Women must be respected. Disrespecting women is unacceptable. It is unacceptable at every level, at home, at the workplace, wherever. And I'd say that as parents, one of the most important things we must do is ensure that our sons respect their mothers and their sisters, because that is where this begins.
These remarks and objectives were brought about due to the well-known common statistics becoming increasingly severe, and therefore becoming an indictment on male attitudes to violence towards women in Australia. So let's look at some of the facts. 1 in 6 Australian women have experienced violence from a current or former partner. And a scary 1 in 3 women will experience violence in their lifetime. 63 women have been killed in Australia this year. That's at least 1, and up to 2 women losing their lives to domestic violence every week. The number of people who are or have been victims of violence in the Australian community is unacceptably high. The number you see projected on the stage is a live stat from the Australian Bureau of Statistics on the number of domestic violence incidents reported to the Australian Federal Police in the last 24 hours. It is increasing by 1 every 2 minutes. And still, it bears repeating that these are only the incidents that get reported to the police. Many more women and families are silent victims. So what is beyond question from this data is just not how many people's lives are being affected by domestic violence, but how frequently it is happening.
The impact of domestic violence is widespread and long-standing, generating profound personal, social, and economic costs for individuals, communities, and the nation. White Ribbon is the world's largest male-led movement to end violence against women. Through primary prevention initiatives and an annual campaign, White Ribbon Australia seeks to change the attitudes and behaviours that lead to and perpetuate men's violence against women.
It happens all the time, doesn't it? I just give her a backhand, usually shuts her up.
Even if you think he's joking, it's up to you to do something about it.
Hey, mate.
Safely challenge the behaviour. Talk to your mates about why it's not on. And stand up, speak out and act to prevent men's violence against women. And remember, thousands of good men have got your back. Visit whiteribbon.org.au.
Based on the statistics, there is an unprecedented amount of domestic violence that could be affecting people even in this very room, possibly the family of the boy sitting next to you. If you or someone you know is experiencing violence and need your help or support, please contact 1-800-RESPECT or in an emergency, call 000. In Australia and as a community of Catholic faith, we are encouraged to be ambassadors by living the White Ribbon Oath. So please stand now and read with me from the screen. I will stand up, speak out, and act to prevent men's violence against women. Thank you. Please be seated.